Here's some technical details that you may or may not know, or may not want to know. And if you don't want to know, just press the stop button. It's really easy. Here's some plausible scenarios. The first scenario is, how often did the iPhone 6 think that headphones were plugged in when they actually weren't? Is this a thing for that model of phone? Let's start first by asking ChatGPT to search its extensive knowledge base on the iPhone 6 to see if this is a common issue. Turns out it is. It can be caused by dirt in the actual jack itself. It can be caused by water damage, which we'll come back to in a moment. It can be caused by a software glitch, a faulty or worn out headphone jack, and also audio settings. If ChatGPT is correct, then what we should find is a whole bunch of how-to videos on how to fix it, right? So let's have a look and see if there's any fix-it videos. And look, stuck in headphones mode. Remove the headphones mode. How to fix stuck in headphones mode. It looks like it's actually a pretty common problem. Now, what we do know, per Libby's grandmother, is that she did have some issues with the phone and she had just reset it a few weeks prior to their visit to the trails. This would repair either a software glitch or reset the audio settings back to default. It won't repair dirt or debris in the headphone jack, water damage, or a worn out headphone jack, or a faulty one. Given that the phone exhibited multiple odd behaviours during the afternoon and evening while it was laying underneath Abby's body and also underneath Libby's shoe, added to the fact that their clothes were wet, I'm gonna hazard a guess the phone took a swim in the river. What most people don't know is that the iPhone 6 actually did have a built-in water damage indicator that is found just inside the SD card slot, and it leaves the factory as a white sticker. It behaves kind of like a litmus paper, where when it gets wet, it turns red. There's actually a number of them in various places, but you'd have to open the phone up to see the other stickers. In this one, we can see that the sticker has gone a little pink, which means it's gotten damp, not necessarily completely submerged, while the other sticker at the SD slot is still white. Furthermore, water damage can also cause a weak signal or no signal at all, which possibly could correct itself after drying out. Additionally, if a water droplet were to have formed on the circuitry where the headphone jack connector is, this may have also caused a faulty signal that the software may interpret as a headphone jack connection, when in fact no connection was made at all. As you can see, all I did was search YouTube for fixes to common problems and ask ChatGPT some questions before jumping to the conclusion that something spooky, weird, suspicious, or out of the ordinary could have otherwise happened. Not saying it did or it didn't, just saying these are plausible explanations that anybody out there could have explored if they were willing to open their minds and explore it. Do I think the murderer knew the girls had their phone out? Well, I'm going to guess if he knew that and knew that he'd been captured on it, then he probably would have took it with him or tossed it in the river to destroy it. I think the girls tried to hide the phone, and that is most likely how it got wet when they crossed the river. And who knows, maybe one of the girls tossed a shoe on top of it so that the killer wouldn't see it laying on the ground. Given all the circumstances that they were in, I think the girls did well to capture and identify the perpetrator.